This is Lawfully Armed, and it is June 1st. We're walking and talking. Happy Pride Month, motherfuckers. Looks like Ukraine struck Russia some more drones. And the polls may shift. So I was kind of freaked out about that until I heard it explained that it would cause the Earth to temporarily stop spinning. So then we would all get thrown at like 800 miles an hour. And there's nothing I can do to prep for that. So I'm not going to fret about the physical act of the pole shifting too much. You smack into the next nearest solid object, like a brick wall or something at 800 miles an hour, you're gone. Aside from that, keep prepping, keep gardening. You people that have a green thumb, earth to turn. If you hadn't gone and shot a while, get out to the range, get some reps in. If you can't get out to the range, get some dry fire practice in. Knock the buzz bunnies off that pistol. Shoot, move, communicate. Practice getting off the X. Stay out of crowds. Carmelo Anthony's being charged as an adult down in Texas for stabbing Austin Metcalf at the little cross country track meet thing. With the weather warming up, we're going to start entering into mostly peaceful protest season. So expect that. Hola, Jose Rodolfo. Welcome. You're a new name for me. Jose, do you like pews? See, Jose. Welcome. Do you like pistolas? We got a tactical muffin top in the chat. TMT Wash your balls. I got reports coming in of a T attack in Boulder, Colorado. You're hearing it here first, everybody. T attack in Boulder, Colorado today. My apologies. Had to mute the mic, get past the barking dog, and then sneeze. Tasco Muffin Top. He says, Tasco Muffin Top says, get fit and dangerous. I don't know about be dangerous, but be capable of it. Be stoic, but be capable. Yeah. All right. Says we got some folks watching. Who's watching? Sound off in the chat. Jose, I know you're here. TMT's here. We got anybody else watching? Want to drop a hi in the chat? Oh, shucks. Muffin Top, you fluffer. Anybody heard from Pat Riot? You know how he's doing this weekend? I heard him on TMT's live the other night. I think it's Thursday night, but I hadn't seen or heard about him since then. He got them cross country trips tonight. Be good to know that he's not wrapped up in whatever happened in Colorado. You know, he could literally be in like any number of different places. Yeah, I would say that the summer life goal is not even for the summer, just in perpetuity. One of the primary survival goals in society is to probably stay out of crowds, especially mostly peaceful protests. I would avoid those like the plague. Not saying that you have to operate like the virus is still a concern, but I would move around in society like it were. Like you want to avoid contagion. You stay out of crowds, you have less exposure, you have less opportunity to get mixed up in the fray. It's a little humid tonight. The temperature is nice. It's just warm enough that you can tell that it's warm, but not so hot that you're just instantly sweaty. In fact, I would dare say if it were either a little less humid or about 4 degrees cooler, it would be perfect. Welcome, Grit and Grace. We're walking and talking. Just a little pre-E Honda chat in case he decides to do one. How many steps today? Admittedly, not a ton. 6259. 6,259 steps as of this moment in time. Which, with my stride, is 2.8 miles. I was just a hair over 2 before I decided to get around and go for a walk after Muffin Top bullied me into it. It's dusky here. The sun is starting to set in the east. You got the pinky orange going on. Oh, that's right, Unanimous. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me, and thanks for being here. No Honda chat tonight, everybody. We all get an extra hour of sleep tonight. $5.18 miles today for Muffin Top. And that's all extracurricular. That wasn't just his existing. I have a coworker out of the country this week, so we'll be down another fella. So I bet I get at least 8K steps a day this next week, if not more. Well, maybe not. It's really the busy days where I have to stand and show people stuff. I mean, I stand all day anyways, but the times where I've got to be in place, I don't get as many steps as when I'm moving back and forth. So it just depends how many customers make actual purchases or not. Get to moving and grooving, rounding up ammo and accessories and things, putting out new merchandise that comes in. I have to stop to talk shop with people. I don't get as many steps per hour, but we'll see. Getting a lot of people in here sounding off saying hi. The chat's moving quicker than I can read them now. Oh, 2 miles was Muffin Tops just tugging his pud and picking his peppers or whatever. 3 miles was his intentional walk. Arthur Morgan. Some trees flourish, others die. The cattle grow strong. Others get taken by wolves and rich enough to enjoy their lives. Ain't nothing fair. Yeah, it sounds like some cowboy poetry, but I think I get the sentiment. Life is not fair. Survival of the fittest, and sometimes you're also just the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, it's MyFitnessPal. available on the App Store and myfitnesspal.com. You make a profile, sign in. You can add friends. You can choose not to. It's whatever. I definitely think going vertical did more for getting the YouTube views this evening. Seem to have more ships passing in the night. Jose, if you're still here, thanks for being here. Good evening, Sister Krista. Street light, I'll turn it back on. I'm walking, and it's darker than it looks. Except for the barking dogs and the chirping crickets, the neighborhood is very quiet. Like, I would not say totally out in the woods quiet, but it is like state park campground quiet. Had bad cell reception a couple days last week. That's why I missed That's why I missed TMT's Thursday chat. And then he sent me an invite to his walk-in chat. After that, I've been kind of blue lately. And I think I'm coming out of that. I know to stay positive. It's all good. This too shall pass, kind of thing. It's tough sometimes. I don't know. Feel stuck in a lot of situations at times, and it just how you handle it, how I handle it, all depends on what wavelength my mind is in at that moment. And I can only run on so many bands at one time. Vertical live show up in the short feeds. Like a 20-minute video shows up in the short feeds. I don't know. YouTube is very persnickety. Nothing's just playing in at face value. The algorithm does so much. It don't make sense. Yeah, I guess I could copy the link and put that in there. I hadn't done that yet, this chat. And shout out to Maccabeus, Everyday Survival. That guy's fighting cancer hard and is still finding a way to stay positive. If he can do that, we can all handle our first world problems. And that's all that I've got going on is first world problems. I count my blessings. I know I'm doing better than probably, I won't say the majority, but I know I'm doing better than all the people in third world country. I got a roof. I don't have a predator that's looking to eat me. You know, big cat, bear, alligator, that sort of thing. I don't have to walk down to the river and get my muddy water and then spend half my day making it clean, potable. I got food in the house. You know, that's more than what a lot of people have. So just starting there, I'm good. I'm talking to you on high-speed internet. I'm doing all right. It's not physical stuff. It's just all mental stuff. never hit the share. It loaded as a comment, but it never shared. There we go. Mac is a fighter. Anyways, I'm doing what I can still to prep. Uh, I have not done a garden. The plot after I get paid next week is to probably surprise Mama with some flowers. She keeps thinking she wants some pretty flowers, and this time every spring she talks about it, but she never acts on it. She's managed to keep a couple houseplants alive for a couple years, so I think maybe that's got her confidence up. So I think the kiddo and I are going to surprise her next Sunday with some potting soil flowers. We've got this little fire pit that we've never used. It just sits on our porch and just acts as a rainwater basin for the bugs. So I kick it over every time. Then we throw it out in the yard and repaint it. Or scour it with like a grill brush or something and hit some high temp paint. That way, if we ever decide we do need it as a fire pit, we can use it still. I think I'm gonna throw like one of those 3-pound bags of Miracle Grow soil in there and some flowers for her. So then you can take a lot of direct sunlight. So our front porch probably gets, I don't know, more than 10 hours of sunlight a day. Like direct sunlight, because it faces east. And it'll just kind of help beautify the front of the house. Be a little introduction to gardening. It may not be edible plants, but at least it'll be something pretty. It's June 1st, Prince due. Control the things in your life and they'll control you. That rhymed. That was a rhyme. TMT said he's going to jump in, but he hadn't yet. I don't know if I can grow a whole salsa garden, TMT. Like I could do some herbs and stuff, probably. Some basil, cilantro, spring onions. I don't think that stuff would be too hard to keep alive. Like a little here and there. Man, I'm sorry, everybody. My nose is dripping. I'm almost back past the house. Runs out of my nose. Oh. That'd seriously be one of the things if like life as we know it ever ended. I'd be pretty worthless during allergy seasons. I already take one, sometimes 2 allergy medications a day. I just feel like regular spring and fall stuff. And I almost predictably have like 2, if not 1, 2 sinus infections every year. It's the point where I don't even go to the doctor for it anymore. I just feel like shit for a week or 2 and take OTC meds. Just get over it. I'd already had so many of those Z-Packs by the time that I was a teenager. I don't think they do anything for me anymore. And knowing that every time you take an antibiotic, you just kill your gut biome and whatnot. Like don't kid me. If I don't want to kid you. Like if I were really bad, I'd go to the doctor. I'm not saying I reject all modern medicine or anything, but I don't know. I guess I'm getting to that age where I'm just typical old white guy in my healthcare My health is bad because I don't go for regular checkups and whatnot. The ostrich method. Keep my head in the ground. It's not there. Saline solution for this kind of stuff. Yeah, I saw that, but I've never tried it. I hate even putting eye drops in. Like I try really hard to not. I'm a believer in safety glasses. I got some tree bark in my eye. I think my senior year of high school, helping a neighbor get some tree limbs out of there, like some smaller limbs that they wanted to cut down out of a tree in their front yard, and I got a piece of small chunk of bark right in my eye. And it scratched my lens, so I had to put that really goopy, like Vaseline consistency antibiotic stuff in my drop it on my eye like twice a day, and I'd probably just soon plug my eyeball out next time and do that again. That's about a mile down. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go blow my nose. Hang with me, folks. Team P, that'd be a good time if you want to jump in, carry the conversation. Weight of the world on your shoulders. Just keep my head tilted forward. I could probably do that. Man, that's better. So I have most accurately recorded all of my caloric consumption. I've food journaled my food every day for over the last consecutive year. I think it was 365 days sometime back a week or two ago. And some days I do a better job accurately recording it than others. But when I pre-log everything or log it right as I'm sitting down to eat it, I do a better job of keeping track of it. There's some days that I, for one reason or another, never get around to it. Or maybe like I did good the first part of the day and then messed up and like overindulged the latter half of the day or in the evening or whatever. And so I have to just kind of go back and just guesstimate and know that the day is a loss as far as trying to lose weight. But I go back and log it. Just the more truthful you are, the more accurate your data is, you know. And anywho, I think the weight loss has kind of stalled for me the last couple months. I haven't really been getting. I have coasted. I haven't backslid. I've just kind of coasted. Calorically, I have good days and bad days. It all kind of levels out. So I don't think I've put any weight back on. And I don't even actually know because I've not gotten on the scale in almost 2 months. But now it's time to do that. But I can't count on one hand all the guys that I don't see with great frequency just in the last week or so. Been like, man, you lose some weight. You look like you lost weight. So I'll take that as a progress report, I suppose. And as a guy that has been big all of his life, I still have trouble taking compliments. I kind of began my weight loss journey over a decade ago and went from, I'm going to guess, somewhere around 285, maybe 290 at my heaviest. Because I didn't actually buy a scale until I had already started losing weight. We're going to call that my all-time heaviest, 285, 290. By the time I bought a scale, I was 260 or something like that. 265, I don't remember. I have the data, so I can go back and look. I can't do it right now on my phone and walking. Anyways, all that to say, just a change of diet and intentionally moving a little more, cutting out the sugary beverages. I lost, I got all the way down to like in the 190s. Like I broke into what the influencers call Wonderland, like where your weight starts with a 1 instead of a 2. And didn't maintain there long. It was about the time I changed jobs, started working at the gun shop. And didn't immediately put a bunch of it back on, but just kind of over time did. And then so that would have been like 2014 on to 2015. And then about 2017, maybe 2018, one of my best friends got out of the Corps, was back home. Well, he wasn't out of the Corps. He had gotten back stateside from Japan. Wasn't sure if he was going to re-enlist or not, but anyways, he had racked up a whole bunch of leave, came home. Another friend of mine, they had gotten out of the Army. We were reunited. And the one that was back home from the Army was going to college. And we had already joined the gym. That friend came back, got a pass for the 2 weeks that he was home, using up some of his leave. He kind of put us on a more organized, more rigid workout plan, kind of set a routine for us, and kind of showed us some exercises we didn't know or didn't understand or whatever, kind of gave some structure to it rather than just a couple of guys just walking on a treadmill and doing some obvious compound movements and stuff. And actually, he showed us more of the compound movements. We were doing a lot of just isolation work on the different machines. But anyways, kind of gave us some structure, critiqued our form, which is important, and then gave us our daily splits, and so that yielded some really incredible new gains in the weightlifting, as well as a little bit of weight loss. That was the first time in my life that I had ran a mile like continuously at like a fast jogging pace, like not start stopping or sprinting for a ways and then stopping and walking. And it actually got to where I ran 3 miles without stopping, so I could have participated in a 5K at that point in time. Anyways, we maintained that same workout for probably a year or more, besides just continuing to up the weight or the reps after he left. And the new gains didn't happen anymore. We reached a point where it turns into a second full-time job, trying to consume enough protein to grow. So like anytime you see somebody that's like a professional weightlifter or bodybuilder, know that they may not be good at a lot of things in life, but they're good at discipline and consistency. Because we kept lifting to a point where you can only lift while on a caloric deficit for so long before it turns into what feels like slave labor. Like you just don't make gains anymore and you feel tired, like your body can't heal. That's why those weightlifters cycle between a bulk and a cut during the seasons. You know, like they'll go on a cut for a while, like trying to get their summer body or before a competition, and then when they're actually trying to put their muscle on, they'll go into a bulking cycle, bulking phase, where they're eating in gratuitous caloric excess so that they can hit all of their macro needs, their caloric needs, to put that muscle on, and in the process put on a little extra fat that they go back and they shred later, and they go back on a cut. I'm neglecting the comment section. Corey, what's up? Welcome. Just walking and talking. You've got a link on Discord, dude. Same for you, ACR. I'll drop another one in the chat if anybody else wants to jump in. That from up top must be getting tactically frisky because he's not chatting anymore and he had to jump in. He said he was going to. No Honda chat tonight. He is on his mountain vacation. So I don't have to end this one anytime soon if we don't want to. Guess as long as people here listening, I'll just keep walking and yakking. I guess back to my story, so I can wrap that up for everybody. So anyways, 2017, 2018, we just kept working out, you know. That was the best shape I've ever been in. Consistently at or under 200 pounds. I was able to do a few freehand pull-ups. Not many, but a couple. 2 or 3 at a time. Could run over a mile without stopping. About a 7, I don't want to lie, 7.5 minute mile, which is like not fast if you're a runner. Like runners do like 4-minute miles or better. But I mean, that's acceptable to get from A to B for a period. Like I could pass an Army PFT test. Like I was in shape enough to, on paper, join the Army. You know, by that point, I already had the seizure thing going, so I could not enlist. I am medically disqualified. But at fitness level, I more than passed the Army basic training fitness requirements to go to basic training. And probably for my age, that would even, I probably would have had like a passing grade. I don't recall now, so it's been, well, half a decade ago now. More than half a decade ago, 7, 8 years. Time flies, man. That's the other thing. It's trippy. Been a lot of that time reflection. You know, I'm at a point now where I'm thoroughly in my 30s, but don't feel like I have everything figured out that I should. I spend probably an unhealthy amount of time looking back. Not regrets necessarily, but just time spent looking back on things that I could have done differently. Relationships with family members, time spent with friends, all that stuff. And I don't know, a little more exploration, not exploitation. I don't regret not standing at a street corner before ACR Johnny Depp gets in there. That's cool, Corey. ACR, have a good evening. Thanks for staying positive and keeping us all motivated. You're probably out of here. That's been a couple minutes ago. It's dark now, Grace. But yeah, Corey T attack in Colorado today. Oh, and it's Pride Month, so you can change your icons. Here it is, first day of Pride Month. Honda's not going to do a gay frog chat. Look at the frogs. They're very fine frogs. They wear little string bikinis and march in the streets. Good job, Corey. I mean, I hope that was like an intentional positive weight loss, not like the bad kind. Because that'll do it too. That's what kind of started me on my weight loss journey. With some negative stuff going on in life, it felt like the one thing I could control. I just quit 2 day in Taco Bell, drinking soda, started moving more. It melted off. The month of Goon. I guess I don't know. Goon has so many meanings, definitions now that I can't keep up with it. And I'm almost scared to use it. It's like the kids mean one thing, old people mean one thing. I suspect you mean the naughty definition of goon. Then, depending who you ask, it's got different naughty definitions. So I don't even know anymore. I can tell you right now, regardless of what definition you're using, I don't want to do goon stuff with muffin top. You try and make me look as Toad or something. Hey, ground bird, welcome. Chris says that horsepower coffee, triple caffeinated, so you got a kick to it. Is that what we call it? Horsepower coffee. There you go, Corey. That sounds mostly positive. Stick with it, brother. I promise you, you double that amount and then reflect back on how you feel from 30, 60, 90 days ago, and it becomes life altering. It's where you feel like you have more energy and just generally a little more excited every day. Oh, Goon Bean flashlight. See, now we're changing. That's a good segue, ground bird. Yeah, grab your Goon Beans. That's good. Don't forget to use your Red Dawn coupon code at checkout. Save you your 10%. unless DLD or somebody's got a bigger discount. But yeah, get those before they get tariffs. Let me tell you, the tariffs bullshit is pissing me off. Not the tariffs themselves, but the way that these international companies use that as an excuse to like price hike. There are multiple foreign fuel manufacturers that are threatening to raise their prices to dealers direct by like 15-20%. And I think that that's just scare tactic to get us in this slow economy, this slow market, I should say, to buy stagnant shit that they have on the shelf stateside already. Not that they're actually going to be affected that dramatically by the tariffs. Because it's not China, they're not coming from there. They're European countries that have already worked out deals. And it's not going to mess with them that much. It's just an excuse for them to make a price hike and try and make it palpable. And that may benefit them in the short term, but in the long term, I don't think that it will help them. Because that's not the trend. The market trend right now is prices are getting cheaper on stuff. Because the gun market had already doubled its margins through the pandemic. And that market has softened. And so things are starting to get back to where they ought to be. And a lot of products have reached equilibrium. You know, the price has come down and has bumped up against inflation. And so that's why they've not gotten any cheaper than they have. But if we're going to be as optimistic about the economy as Backwoods was the other night, they'll be thinking it's all fixing to go our way, at least for America, and our dollar is going to get stronger. Then I don't think that these price increases warrant. It just doesn't make sense. I think any of the dealers suckered into buying a bunch now for fear of like not getting it at the price that's already higher than they have been before. It's just all scare tactic. Companies need to move stagnant product. And there's some more of your premium, higher end European brands. I feel like you probably could fill in the blank. And I know that they think that they can do this because the kind of person that buys from them either is a buy once, cry once, like competition shooter, or somebody with enough money that them seeing their cost, like to the consumer, go up 15 or 20% is not a big deal to them. Like a guy that was going to buy that make and model was going to buy it anyways. If all of a sudden everybody's got it for 15% more, it wasn't going to make that guy not buy it. It just is what it is, kind of thing. Ask a muffin top on some popcorn. You know, we went for brunch earlier today, and I had a very good bacon breakfast quesadilla. It was 3 scrambled eggs, cheddar cheese, and bacon inside of like a burrito-sized tortilla. Very good. Served with like a little side dish of like sausage, country gravy for dipping. It's really good. Held me over till probably 3 o'clock. But since that was brunch, we weren't really doing a lunch, so I just had a bag of microwave popcorn. And that got me till dinner. So I don't blame you if you did all your working today and now you want some popcorn. I think you can have that popcorn. the grand scale of things, it's pretty inconsequential, relatively guilt-free snack. At least in the immediate, I get to thinking about all the seed oils and shit that comes with the popcorn. Of course, I know you buy your popcorn by the sack and make it in your swirl cooker or whatever you do. You're not buying the microwave stuff. It was, dude. That thing was good. I think maybe they put just the smallest amount of like the pancake batter in the scrambled eggs to make it like fluffy, and it wasn't overly cheesy. It was cheesy enough that it all like stayed stuck together, and the bacon was pretty crispy. It was like really finely crumbled, so it was dispersed well through the mix. It was good. I let her try a bite. She said, "Oh, yours is good. You want some of my French toast?" "No, I'm good." So, Corey, I'm glad that you didn't. I had seen in Honda's chat where you mentioned that. I don't know the symptoms or circumstance, but I'm glad that you didn't, and I hope that she continues to recover. A wild tactical muffin top appeared.
Making me
And then my
hungry. That
Pokemon.
quesadilla. Might have to make that next weekend.
It was good, dude. I eat a lot of those low carb wraps, but that real tortilla was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
And I just logged it by the ingredients the best I could.
Well, that's all you can do.
Yeah, and I logged like that canned Libby's country gravy, and I went ahead and logged more than what I actually ate just to kind of make up for
Right.
any hidden calories. In case I either underestimated the amount of cheese or, the unknown amount of butter or oil that they use to like crisp up the tortilla on the griddle or whatever. Just kind of overestimated it. You'd rather overplan than underplan. When this is all over with, I'll probably have a protein shake just to try and get some more protein in for the day. Kind of average out my macros. A nice, refreshing, cold protein shake. A quick, cool shower so I don't go to bed with swamp ass.
Yeah, and the boy got back up, so now I'm wrangling him again.
Look at that. Go, Dad, go. Mine's turning into a little emo. All he's missing is the face paint. You understand, Dad.
Yeah, I'll miss it one day.
So we've been
It's
doing a
okay. He was
family.
helping me out in the garden today and in the chicken coop, and he was fascinated with all the worms.
Yeah. Go on. Earthworms or?
Yeah, earthworms.
Cool.
Got rid of the rest of my leaves that I wintered my garden over. They kind of sat in a pile and made a nice little compost pile for the week because it rained on them and they were super heavy.
Huh. Where's Coldfoot? I'm surprised he's not in here.
I don't know. I'm not his keeper.
I understand.
I think he works late Sundays.
That's why he catches up into your chat on Into Hondas.
Yeah, let me look at some chat for you here. I've seen Corey. Corey, man, sorry to hear that. Hopefully everything's going good now, bro. His son's my dumbass son currently boot camp in the Army. Well, it's good pay and it'll get him on a good way, but I wouldn't want to be in the military right now either.
Corey, I didn't know you had a son old enough to be in the Army. Learn all sorts of stuff tonight. I thought you had like little ones. Not Rugrats, but little ones. Well, I'm about 3 miles in, Muffin Top. Now that you're here, I'll probably go another lap. Go for Muffin Top.
Popcorn now. He just got out of bed again. I'm doing it the real way with a whirly popper and a 50-pound bag of popcorn, baby.
You say whirly popper. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it was made in the 50s.
No, yeah, it's an old school thing. It's called a whirly popper. You buy it at like Cabela's. It's like a metal bottom with like a flap on each side. One flap locks down on the lip of the deal, and you spin it. You put oil in the bottom and like a handful or half a cup, whatever, of popcorn in it, and it has like a gear that you turn when it starts popping to help keep the popcorn off the bottom, so that way everything gets popped.
Yeah, like an auger.
Yeah. It makes the best popcorn.
Cool. What kind of Earl do you use?
The oil I'm using is extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah,
I don't use none of that crap anymore. I just use avocado oil and extra virgin olive oil. If the ingredient is more than just oil, it ain't for me.
Yeah. Big Earl. You watched that Wade Fishes? I'm sure he's on TikTok, but I know he's on YouTube. That's where I watch him.
No, but I did watch that survival deal that you posted in the Discord where the guy ate nothing but freeze-dried food and MREs for a month.
Yeah, Dirty Civilian. They're a good channel.
Yeah, I like that guy. I don't catch all of his stuff, but he has pretty good content.
Yeah. Yeah, they had an early, mostly comprehensive, probably the most comprehensive video comparing the Holosun DRS-TH and DRS-MB, the thermal versus the night vision. Pros and cons of both.
Yeah, I watched that. And then they changed clothing and stuff underneath both, right?
Yep. And then showed like static versus moving, like how well both units tracked. Nominated them last year for a Gundy's Award. But
here's this. Here's the whirly popper. Sounds like I'm taking fire, huh?
The frogs are getting it now, so I can't hear your thing over the tree frogs. Well, frogs in the trees.
Go gigging.
I'm not interested in frog meat. There was a trick played on me as a young lad about that's a chicken strip, like it wanted buffets, and then bit into it, and it was not a chicken strip. And Cy Robertson doesn't eat frog legs. I don't have to either. I agree with him, too chewy. All them bayou people can keep their swamp chicken. I have no desire to eat.
Be up here in Nebraska to keep me too bad.
Let's not talk about exotic food tonight. You keep all your reptiles, amphibians, testicles. I'll just stick to yard bird and beef.
Cow nuts are the bomb.
I bet. Good thing every one of them comes with two. See, now you got Corey going. He's going to tell us all about his exotic tasty victuals.
Well, yeah, that's just because I'm a cool guy. I like good grub. So does Corey.
Yeah, this has been my last lap. I'm losing steam. And that catch in my hip/knee, it's been bugging me off and on. It's starting to hurt.
Hurts so good.
Once it bugs me bad enough that I start compensating and step different, I know it's enough.
I know I'm definitely going to have to be doing some hip flexor stretches and some back stretches to keep up with my walking.
Oh, crest the hill, crest the hill. How many folks we got watching still? It doesn't show me now. I click the I don't know. It's whatever.
I
They're
think
here.
probably has the best audience. You guys aren't really the best audience.
It's just lubricate of your audience. I just have the best.
Audiences are the best audiences.
I just have the cream of your crop. I have the best 140 subs. 130 subs, excuse me. Of your 777.
Hey, what? I ain't no 777. I don't even think I'm over 750 still.
Not with that kind of attitude.
But I tell you what, I will take 100 dedicated people that are actually improving their lives every week over 10,000 people in a heartbeat. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah. You keep up with all that negative, I'm going to change your last name to Nancy.
What? Me? Nah, man. Just doing the real shit.
Corey said he loves him some good victuals.
Me too, Corey. I got a pork butt and I'm just waiting to go again. Me and my stepdad smoked 16 of them for our staycation family reunion. And we're going to annihilate it.
Why do they call it a butt if it's not actually off?
One's a butt, one's a shoulder. That's just, I don't know, just a butcher term.
I know, it's weird.
Well, I'm sure, there's certain people that might get aroused on that, and it's a sexual thing, so it's here to sell.
I figured you went to your butcher and asked for 2 rump roasts left together. You just got double use out of it.
Yep, 2 roasts in the whole. Sold to him wholesale.
Just inject it with your own marinade.
Yep. Creamy cheese filled. A little salty, but savory.
Corey said he's hungry for barbecue ass. See right there in the comments, he wrote it.
See, he gets it.
Now he's hungry for barbecue ass. Oh, I'm close enough. I'm across the road. Walk on the wrong side just so I can put that sore leg on the downhill slope. Ah, hip equilibrium. I feel bad because I've still not used any of your affiliate links. I've not even made another purchase from Jay. But May kind of spent me. Mother's Day and some other stuff going on. And the way the first of the month's fell and all. The rent's paid. All the next immediate utilities are paid. So maybe I'll get around to buying some long-term food using your discount codes. Oh, now Corey wants to munch your ass. He's calling you. He wants to talk to you. Call him. Call him. Call him. I need to buy some more Slishmans. I gave 2 more away, so I'm getting lean on them again myself. I'm down to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm down to 4, maybe 5. I don't know. It's stuck everywhere. To the point now, I don't remember how many I have. Oh, and she's coming for 6. Yeah, so I need another 5 or 6 from him, especially while he's got your coupon code that works. Did he change that to TMT, or is it still Red Chungus? Oh, Muffin Top is AFK. It's just you and me, Corey. Why don't you do me a favor and just undo that top button? That's bad stuff. How long do you have to be in the boot before you can? So you're in the boot and climbing stairs last while? If you're moving more and wearing the boot, imagine how you'd be Speedy Gonzalez when you get that boot off, Corey. Be a bipedal speed racer. Have to have you a little chimp. Well, it is almost 10 o'clock local time, and I am over 5.5 miles today. Started at 2, so I got my over 3 miles in for the day. And I should. Yeah, and that got me over my minimum goal of 10,000 steps a day. I think I'll quit here and not be overly spent. I'll do another lap or two. I'll be sore tomorrow. Stop now and earn my. I moved enough to earn my protein shake. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm not gonna have you follow me into the shower, so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Y'all have a wonderful week. Corey, continue to get healed up. We're wishing well for your wife. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.